Toyota Corolla. Get 1.9% APR for 36 months on a new 2022 Toyota Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Kenesha Dees. It is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and Crisis Services of North Alabama say there's been an increase in severe domestic violence cases. Our Sedona Meadows spoke with this organization today and is live in the studio. Sedona, did they share why this may be?
Yeah, Kenesha, CSNA told me that with the pandemic and the current economic crisis, these factors may be playing a role in the increase of severe domestic violence cases, and they want the public to know that they are a resource.
Unfortunately, we've seen a sustained increase in strangulation cases throughout 2022.
Addie Wagner, the Development Director for Crisis Services of North Alabama, says these severe cases pose alarming concerns.
If they are resorting to strangulation, and that moves it into a felony category as well, and it indicates the intent to harm and the likelihood of death later on.
And although there could be many factors as to what's driving these critical cases,
we just lived through one of the biggest collective traumas, which was the pandemic, and the financial insecurities that have come along with that have had a great impact on family life across the board. And those stressors associated with job loss or financial insecurity definitely are a driving factor.
CSNA wants those suffering from domestic violence to know that they're available to help 24/7 through their crisis hotline.
There's resources 24 hours a day. It doesn't matter if it's early Sunday morning or late Friday night. There's always somebody at the helpline ready to listen and work to get someone out safely.
After a person calls for help, they
get screened for entry into the domestic violence shelter, the Hope Place, or screened for getting court advocacy or the forensic examination should they need that.
Wagner also advises those leaving an abusive relationship to have a safety plan in place.
On average, folks leave 7 times before they leave for good, and when they do leave for good, that's when we see the most domestic violence homicides.
For more information on safety planning, you can go to their website at csna.org.
And once again, the Crisis Services 24/7 hotline number is 256-716-1000. Back to you, Kenesha.
All right, thank you, Sedona. Very resourceful information. Let's get a check-in on weather now. Jordan, how's the rest of tonight shaping up?
Not a bad night across North Alabama, southern and middle Tennessee, but I am going to maintain a small opportunity for a couple of isolated showers through the later part of the overnight, and then especially through the earliest hours of your Wednesday morning. Radar not picking up on a single drop of rain this evening, and I'm confident that it's probably going to stay that way for the next couple of hours. We're also going to stay relatively warm across the Tennessee Valley late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Winds now backing more out of the south. That means temperatures really aren't going to move much. Many of us are sitting in the lower 60s right now, and we're not going to fall much lower than that. Looks like we're actually going to maintain right around 60 degrees for the next several hours. An increase in cloud cover, and again, winds out of the south. Like I also said, an opportunity for rain is possible through late tonight and then early into your Wednesday morning, but better opportunities for a little more in the way of widespread shower and thunderstorm activity are forthcoming as we get into Wednesday night. Some of that activity could pack a bit of a punch, and we'll talk about that in a little while. Kenesha.
Thank you, Jordan. Today, the Biden administration announced it will send Alabama $1.16 billion from the bipartisan infrastructure law. This money supports investment in critical infrastructure in the state, such as roads, bridges, tunnels, carbon emission reduction, and safety improvements. Are you looking for employment this holiday season? Well, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's are hoping to hire seasonal, part-time, and full-time members as they gear up for the holiday season. The company will have a national hiring event, including hiring at Huntsville's Cabela's location. Team benefits include various insurance programs for eligible team members, competitive wages, and 50% of merchandise. The event starts tomorrow and on Thursday from 10 until 7. This Saturday, Union Chapel Missionary Baptist Church will host a free food box giveaway at 8 a.m. Members give out 300 food boxes filled with non-perishable and fresh food items. If you show up, please remain in your vehicles for the drive-through pickup service. Boxes will be distributed on a first-come, first-serve. Well, fall is here, and that means cold and flu season. Hospital officials encourage you to stay protected against them. Luckily, if you're looking to get the flu shot this year and a COVID booster, you can get them at the same time. For more information about flu season, COVID-19, or vaccination, head on over to FOX54.com.
So we think, everybody at the appropriate age should get their flu shots, especially now with COVID circulating. The CDC is actually given approval, and you can get the flu shot and the COVID booster at the same time. And so there's no need to wait days in between to get those done. But definitely people who are immunocompromised, elderly people, and people who are generally sick or had the flu before and got really sick, they definitely should get it. But I recommend everybody get the flu shot.
Ukraine's president is urging the U.S. and its partners to hit Russia with even tougher sanctions. These developments come as international leaders discuss their options. Fox News White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich tells us more.
I was doing Meet the Press, and lightning struck a little pond behind my house.
President Biden gave virtual remarks on fire prevention, but took no questions from press after an emergency huddle with G7 leaders and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Russian escalation in its war in Ukraine. Fox's Trey Yingst in country.
Right now, we're less than a mile from the Russian border. Just a few days ago, Ukrainian troops repelled another attack here. These trenches were actually dug by the Russians when they controlled this area a few weeks ago. Off in the distance, artillery fire continues as Vladimir Putin is looking to put pressure on the Ukrainian army as they defend the southern and eastern parts of their country.
The Group of Seven, in a statement, condemned Putin's nuclear rhetoric and Moscow's latest missile attacks on Ukrainian citizens.
President Biden has also discussed with G7 partners what more we can do together to prioritize air defense capabilities for Ukraine, which has been and will continue to be a U.S. priority.
But no detail on what new steps the West is taking to deter Putin.
He's also sitting on a stockpile of more than 2,000 tactical nuclear weapons. It's not only part of their doctrine, so-called escalate to de-escalate doctrine, that they, don't rule out the use of these tactically, but they put them on every weapon system, including mines, including artillery pieces.
Russia's foreign minister suggested Putin would take a meeting with Biden next month at the G20 summit if it's offered.
We repeatedly said we never turn down meetings. If there is an invitation, then we will consider it.
Biden, in an interview with CNN, appearing to keep the door open, being careful not to insult the Russian president.
Do you think Putin is a rational actor?
I think he is a rational actor who's miscalculated significantly.
So if he's not rational and...
No, I didn't say he's not rational.
You said the speech is wasn't
I think the speech is... Okay. His objectives were not right.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen called on allies to disperse funds to Ukraine as quickly as possible after a bilateral meeting with the country's finance minister, but she refused to answer a question from our colleagues at Fox Business about how the world would keep countries like India and China accountable to a pending Russian oil price cap. At the White House, Jackie Heinrich, Fox News.
I see that there's definitely a place for virtual learning, and I see that we kind of have broken that barrier.
And this Madison County teacher has taken this role of virtual learning full on. Meet this week's Valley's top teacher just ahead. Plus, NASA reaching a mega milestone in its mission targeting an asteroid as practice to protect our planet in the future. We have a look. And legal experts push for President Biden to fight the fentanyl crisis more aggressively. We take a look.
This atmosphere doesn't look like it can sustain life.
It can, just not conducive to human life.
Wait, what was that?
There's something coming in.
Run!
It's in my lungs.
Don't breathe it in. If only there was someone who could help.
Yeah.
We'll call and get the crawl space smell checked out.
From crawl space encapsulation to waterproofing and foundation repair, we'll remove all the drama of keeping your home healthy. AFS. Call today for a free inspection.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to gear up for changing conditions on and off-road. Get great deals on our most capable lineup of Ford SUVs, including Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport, both rated 2022 IIHS top safety picks, and both designed to give you greater confidence. Hurry, Ford SUV season will end soon. Get 3.9% APR financing for 72 months on the 2022 Ford Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Get in the game with Zaxby's all-new loyalty program, Zax Rewards. Eat, earn, rack up the points. The more you do, the more rewards to choose from. Sign up for Zax Rewards and score a free Big Zax snack meal. Zaxby's. Download the app and get your game on.
High school football is back. Catch all the highlights on First Down Friday night, every Friday at 10 on Fox 54. Sponsored by Whataburger, Dryer Vet Squad, your Community Health Mart Pharmacy, and P2EDI.
Fox 54 congratulates Creative Containment Fencing, Best in Business Award recipient.
Now, the Valley's top teacher, sponsored by Calhoun Community College.
One teacher got through the learning curve of teaching virtually. In fact, she's taking the role full on because she believes there is a need for it. Many say she's gone above and beyond, particularly during the peak of the pandemic. Meet this week's Valley's top teacher from Madison County Virtual Academy, Krista Hunter.
Krista Hunter.
So do you know what Main Idea is? Okay, what is Main Idea?
Has taught for 23 years and 2 years ago made a pivot to virtual learning.
I felt like it was kind of a challenge, and I felt like there was a need there.
Hunter worked with students virtually when they had the option during COVID, before taking on the task permanently.
I guess my bigger challenges was, for example, just making sure that the kids were getting what they needed with me right here and them on a screen. So it was kind of like a trial and error kind of thing at first, because I wanted to make sure that they got the full experience that kids in the classroom were getting as well.
Hunter says she gets to see her students online and in person.
I do connect with kids virtually, but I do have kids that come in small groups. So I kind of get the best of both worlds, because I still get kids that come in here and I work with small groups every single day.
Hunter believes despite moving past the pandemic, there is still a place for virtual learning.
I see that there's definitely a place for virtual learning, and I see that we kind of have broken that barrier that where kids really can, do school from home. And I think that's been a big impact as well.
No matter from one side of the screen to the other, helping kids learn is what drives Hunter every day.
Just the fact that I love the kids and I treat my kids at school how my own kids treated. Basically, at the end of the day, kids want to know that you care. If they know you care, then they're willing to put forth the extra effort.
Congratulations, Ms. Hunter. And we get to see more of her. In fact, that moment when she got the surprise that she would be nominated as Valley's top teacher. See this and nominate a top teacher at fox54.com.
NASA says it's ready to defend Earth if an asteroid heads our way. I'm Matt Finn, and I've got the details on NASA's latest mission coming up.
Once we get to Wednesday morning, we're looking at a cold front back off to our northwest. Showers and thunderstorms out ahead of that cold front. Some of those thunderstorms could be on the strong or severe end of the spectrum. We'll talk about it in much greater detail here in a little while.
It says here, United Healthcare has America's most chosen Medicare plans and local Medicare plan experts.
They'll even find you a plan with good dental coverage.
How do you know?
Nick, my local Medicare plan expert. He helped me find the right plan.
With benefits including prescription drug, vision, and dental coverage, our Alabama team is ready to help you find a Medicare plan that meets your needs and budget.
Talk to a local Medicare plan expert today at 1-888-SHOP-UHC.
The right bank makes every day easier and gives you the freedom to do more. That's how Trustmark fits you to a T. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works.
This glorious Whataburger is yours. A few minutes ago, it didn't even exist. Why? Because every Whataburger is 100% fresh beef and made to order. That means we didn't start cooking it until this exact moment, right here, when you ordered it into existence. Whataburger, just like you like it.
We are the Auburn Tigers, but War Eagle is how we greet each other. It's unique to Auburn, it's our cry, and it's something that's important to us. So no matter where you are, you know you're always part of the Auburn family.
This tradition is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, where you'll find F-150, official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2022 Ford F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
War Eagle.
The right bank makes every day easier and gives you the freedom to do more. That's how Trustmark fits you to a T. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works.
Today's forecast is comedy. Fox 54 proudly supports Rocket City Broadcasting's second annual Real Men Wear Pink benefit.
Just a gravy front.
Wait, what's a gravy front?
That's when I usually spill my lunch. I'm not sure. But besides that, come join us October 12th at Stand Up Live. Tickets are only $5 and proceeds go directly to the American Cancer Society. So have some laughs and support a great cause with the Rocket City Broadcasting.
Cassio, is there a good reason you chose not to wear pink for this promo?
I forgot we were on TV and not radio.
A huge day of football kicks off Sunday on Fox.
A historic day for NASA, the space agency announcing it has successfully nudged an asteroid off its orbit. Fox News correspondent Matt Finn has more on what this means for the planet and mankind.
A galactic grand slam 7 million miles from Earth. NASA announces its DART spacecraft successfully shifted the path of a small, harmless asteroid millions of miles away.
And after a 10-month journey, millions of miles, NASA successfully crashed a refrigerator-sized spacecraft into the asteroid Dimorphos.
The impact happened 2 weeks ago as part of a $325 million mission to test Earth's planetary defense. Multiple agencies and international partners worked together on the project, several scientists describing it as a dress rehearsal for the day a killer rock threatens our planet.
And it just gave it a small nudge. But if you wanted to do this in the future, potentially, it could potentially work, but you'd want to do it years in advance.
NASA also saying DART not only shifted the asteroid's orbit, it also carved a crater into it. Telescope observations from Chile and South Africa reveal it created a comet-like trail of dust and rubble stretching several thousand miles. Planetary defense experts say that is the preferred outcome, rather than blowing it up and creating multiple pieces of debris that could rain down on Earth years from now.
This mission shows that NASA is trying to be ready for whatever the universe throws at us. I believe that NASA has proven that we are serious as a defender of the planet.
This is NASA's first attempt at shifting an asteroid or any object in space. Matt Finn, Fox News.
Now, your Weather Rate certified most accurate forecast. Fox 54 weather.
Well, you know, NASA's been really busy. Not that they aren't normally busy. I mean, it's NASA, but, you know, I think that's a pretty cool feat. And I'm also looking forward to, in November, the Artemis launch.
I mean, I hope we actually finally get to enjoy the Artemis launch. I think it's almost humorous what NASA is doing. We're operating on two opposite ends of the spectrum. We're sending humans back into space on a regular basis now. We're sending spaceships to the moon again. And then we're also just taking spaceships and crashing them into giant rocks. So I don't know. I think it's kind of entertaining. In the more immediate future and much closer to home, we're talking about our next opportunity for rain across North Alabama, southern and middle Tennessee. Radar looks nice and quiet this evening, but I expect that could change through the later part of the overnight and then early into your Wednesday morning. Don't worry, many of us aren't going to be asleep. But a couple of isolated showers are certainly going to be possible Wednesday morning, the middle and later part of the morning, and then through the afternoon. Isolated showers are going to be possible. A lot of us are going to spend a good chunk of the day on Wednesday dry, but a couple of isolated showers certainly can't be ruled out. The best chance will come during the evening and then through the early part of the overnight. Some of those storms during the evening and the early part part of the overnight could come with a chance for severe weather. Our primary concern looks like it's going to end up being gusty winds. Where's all of this coming from? Well, it's coming from a cold front that by Wednesday morning is going to be back off to our northwest. Now, it doesn't look all of that exciting across the state of Arkansas Wednesday morning, but we're going to continue to see development as this cold front drops to the south into North Alabama and southern Middle Tennessee. What we are going to be talking about Wednesday morning is an increase in cloud cover across the Tennessee Valley, and then we are going to be talking about some showers and thunderstorms. Montgomery points to the south along the Gulf Coast, and then maybe down into the Florida Panhandle. Here's what I got for you locally. By the time we get to the lunch hour, you're really going to notice a marked increase in the amount of clouds across the area tomorrow afternoon. Again, an isolated shower certainly can't be ruled out, but it looks like most of us are going to be dry. Isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms through the heart of the afternoon and then early into the evening. But here's when all of this kind of reaches its climax. We get to 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and we're talking about a robust line of showers and thunderstorms beginning to move into northwest Alabama. It's within this robust line of showers and thunderstorms that we could see some pockets of heavy rain, gusty winds, and maybe a little bit of small hail. 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, line of showers and thunderstorms now beginning to move across I-65, 565, across much of Madison County, up into southern Middle Tennessee, and then maybe creeping into northeast Alabama. Showers and thunderstorms continue to move through the Tennessee Valley as we head into the earliest hours of your Thursday morning. The main part of this line moving through Jackson, DeKalb, down into Marshall counties. By the time we get to midnight, the vast majority of us are just dealing with a fair amount of rain. And that's exactly what it looks like we're going to get for the most part, with the exception of some gusty winds. Locations east of the I-65 corridor could see upwards of an inch to an inch and a half of much needed rain. We're not desperate, but we could desperately use we could use a little bit of rain. Temperatures only falling into the upper 50s and lower 60s as we head into the overnight. A warm night, but an opportunity for showers nonetheless. Maybe send the kids to the bus stop with an umbrella tomorrow morning. 60 at 7, 64 by 8, 67 degrees by the time we get to 9 o'clock. Most of us are going to be dry, but I think they'll be appreciative if you send them with an umbrella and they happen to find themselves under some rain while waiting on the school bus. Temperature still climbing into the upper 70s. Some of us might creep into the lower 80s, but it looks more like the upper 70s tomorrow afternoon. 77 on Thursday, 75 on Friday, 83 on Saturday. Temperatures really begin to fall off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week.
Counterterrorism analysts are urging the Biden administration to get more of a handle of drug cartels smuggling deadly fentanyl into the U.S. Details ahead.
Nash, I made a sale! Big Pop.
Deal's so good, everyone's pitching in to help.
Papa says sale!
Everything's on sale, except the baby.
What's it like having Xfinity Internet with supersonic Wi-Fi? It's fast, like beyond gig speed fast. With 3 times the bandwidth and the power to connect hundreds of devices at once.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box, all for just $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile. Switch today.
Hi, this is Darren with Speedy Home Offer, and I buy houses all over the local area. We're the call to make to sell your house as is for a fair cash price. I'll buy anything in any price range. Inherited houses, foreclosures, bad renter houses, vacant houses, nice homes you just need to get rid of, or even land. All with no fees, no commissions, and no hassle. Don't make any repairs or even clean up. To sell your property for cash, call me today for a Speedy Home Offer. Call 500-CASH, that's 256-500-CASH.
The OG Fountain Coke, the velvety smooth iced coffee, the triumphant return of High C Orange Lava Burst. Whichever is your favorite, they're all delicious. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
There's no need to be jealous. Get the Mickey D's drink you want, like a small soft drink, sweet tea, or hot coffee for just $1, or a small iced coffee for $1.59, only at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ready, set, internet. Extreme has the speed and price to get you online fast. Stop waiting and get going for as low as $29.99 a month for a year. With fast speeds up to 1 gig, whole home Wi-Fi 360 Pro, and 99.99% network reliability, Extreme has what you need to stay ahead and stay on track. Get our Extreme 360 internet package for as low as $29.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
Big Pop.
Deals so good, everyone's pitching in to help.
Papa, say
Everything's on sale, except the baby.
Daily Blast Live, weekdays at 2 on Fox 54.
Many legal and counterterrorism analysts are urging the Biden administration to get more aggressive in its handling of drug cartels, smuggling deadly fentanyl into the U.S. Some are even pushing for the drug to be classified as a weapon of mass destruction. Fox News correspondent Jillian Turner has details.
We need to really use every authority we have to go after these cartels, just as we went after every foreign terrorist organization after September 11th.
Experts are warning Mexican drug cartels trafficking fentanyl across the U.S. southern border now pose a threat to America's national security on par with ISIS and al-Qaeda. They also say fentanyl is much deadlier than drugs terrorists have deployed to kill targets in the past.
Fentanyl could be used just like the Taliban used poppy, which is ultimately they put it out on the market and they were able to gain money and funds to fund some of their terrorist activities.
Texas's Attorney General recently designated drug cartels as terrorist organizations. Dozens more attorneys general are calling on the federal government to designate fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction.
We have enlisted Department of Defense and the Office to Counter Weapons of Mass Destruction, and that must happen now as it relates to fentanyl.
Despite battling the Sinaloa and Jalisco New Generation cartels since 2006, the Mexican government has had limited success. In many cases, the problem starts across the globe. The DEA says most U.S.-bound fentanyl is manufactured in China. Experts say the Chinese government also bears blame for the U.S. crisis.
The fentanyl gangs are laundering their proceeds through the Chinese state banking system. Communist Party is behind the fentanyl. It is a co-conspirator. It is guilty of murdering Americans.
The U.S. government doesn't know the exact amount of Mexican and Chinese-sourced fentanyl Americans consume each year, but congressional leaders are now battling with Chinese officials, accusing them of failing to tighten controls on fentanyl production and exports. In Washington, Jillian Turner, Fox News.
Less than a month away, millions of Americans will head to the polls for midterms. We take a look at the races. In Jordan, are we looking at a washout tomorrow?
I don't think it's going to be a washout by any means Wednesday afternoon, but we are talking about the opportunity for some strong and severe thunderstorms as we head into Wednesday evening. We'll go into much greater detail here in a bit.
Tonight, you'll be visited by the ghost of past credit.
No thanks. I'm just going to go to the credit clinic at University Kia.
If you bring home $350 per week, the credit clinic wants to approve you so you can drive home your new Kia today. Only at University Kia.
Norman Furniture is celebrating Columbus Day with savings store-wide. Save up to 50% off retail on stylish sofas, laceable recliners, beautiful bedroom and dining room suites. Norman Furniture's Columbus Day sale.
Norman Furniture in Astoria, downtown Fayetteville.
Life is full of ifs. If you see the potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, or if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro, safeguard against surprises, and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank embrace the if in life.
Are you looking to sell your house fast? If so, Red Key Properties is Huntsville's premier real estate solutions company. Our goal is to help homeowners resolve difficult situations and improve our community. We buy houses in any condition at all price ranges. We will pay cash and close on your timeline. We will buy your house as is, so you're not responsible for any of the repairs.
No fees, upfront costs, commissions, or hidden charges. Red Key Properties is ready to make you a cash offer.
We buy houses!
Give us a call today, 256-414-2333.
I'm Sam Gavan. As your state senator for the last 4 years, I have been working hard for you here in Madison County. I'm so proud of all the things we've been able to accomplish. I've fought to keep taxes low and against government expansion. Roads and bridges are so important in Huntsville and Madison County, and I've fought to get the money we need, and I've worked with Governor Ivey to bring more jobs and industry to Huntsville. I'm Sam Gavan. On November 8th, let me keep working for you.
The new and improved Fox 54 Plus, now on Roku and Fire TV. Watch local newscasts live or on your schedule, plus local sports coverage and exclusive specials. Fox 54 Plus, live, local, and always on.
Tonight, you'll be visited by the ghost of past credit.
No thanks. I'm just going to go to the credit clinic at University Kia.
If you bring home $350 per week, the credit clinic wants to approve you so you can drive home your new Kia today. Only at University Kia.
Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Kenesha Dees. It's down to the wire for candidates running for seats in this year's midterm election. Control of Congress could come down to just a handful of seats in the Senate. Fox News correspondent Molly Henneberg reports from Washington.
Trying to flip a Georgia Senate seat to red, some Senate Republicans rallied Tuesday for candidate Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker is going to help build a Republican majority in the United States Senate.
2 years is enough of this. High inflation, crime, wide open border, unhappiness.
Incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock, who won a special election for the seat in 2021, is presenting himself as a uniter before the two debate on Friday.
There are a lot of forces at work in America right now trying to divide us. Because folk who have no vision traffic in division.
In Ohio, during a debate Monday night between two Senate hopefuls, Republican author J.D. Vance and Democratic Congressman Tim Ryan, Ryan said he does not want President Biden to run again in 2024.
I've been very clear. I'd like to see a generational change.
Some Democrats say that's not a good sign.
It's always bad when you throw your own party overboard.
Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania, Republican Dr. Mehmet Oz wants to know why Democrat Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman, who suffered a stroke in May, won't debate until October 25th.
Probably a third of the ballots could be actually sent in by the time I even have the debate. What's he hiding?
According to new Fox News power rankings, the Pennsylvania and Georgia Senate races are considered toss-ups, and the Ohio Senate race is leaning Republican. In Washington, Molly Henneberg, Fox News.
All right, let's check in with the chief. How are we looking into tonight and tomorrow, Jordan?
Well, for the most part, we're looking quiet, but there is an opportunity for a couple of isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. For the most part, while you sleep tonight, but some of that activity could bleed into the morning commute. Radar looks nice and quiet this evening, but again, I just kind of made my spiel. We could see a couple of isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms late tonight and then early tomorrow morning. We get to the middle part of Wednesday morning and we're talking about a cold front back off to our northwest. Now, it looks rather unassuming right now. Not a whole lot of activity developing out ahead of this cold front across the state of Arkansas, but we're going to see further development as this cold front begins to drop to the south as we head into Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. When that cold front approaches the Tennessee Valley, we're actually going to begin to talk about a robust line of showers and thunderstorms. Some of those thunderstorms could be on the strong or severe end of the spectrum. We'll go into much greater detail on that. Plus, if this cold front's actually going to drop our temperatures here in a little while. Kenesha.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Casey White will not face the death penalty in the murder of Connie Ridgway, who he is accused of killing 7 years ago at her home in Rogersville. Our reporter Ken McCoy has more on today's proceedings.
After talks with the family of Ridgway, the prosecution stated they are not seeking the death penalty for Casey White. That means White will face life in prison without the possibility of parole if he is found guilty. White is charged with capital murder, accused of killing Ridgway at her home in Rogersville on October 23, 2015. White claims someone paid him to kill Ridgway. Casey White is also charged with the felony murder in Vicky White's death. The case got national attention earlier this year after he escaped from the Lauderdale County Jail with White, who was an assistant director of corrections. He pleaded not guilty to that charge in court today. If convicted of felony murder, White faces up to life in prison. Vicky White shot and killed herself in Indiana after an 11-day manhunt in May. Judge Graves today agreed to postpone Casey White's trial for Ridgway's killings. Robert Tutton says that the defense team will not be ready by December due to trials scheduled in many other cases. He asked the judge to consider a trial date no sooner than next summer. In the meantime, Judge Graves will issue an order soon for the lawyers to submit sample questions for a jury questionnaire that could help him decide whether to grant a change of venue for the trial. No date has been set for the Vicky White case. For Fox 54 News, I'm Kim McCoy.
Thank you, Ken. Decatur Utilities will install fire protection and a water service at 121 Moulton Street East until 3 p.m. tomorrow. Traffic flow will be detoured around the work zone through Lee Street during that time. For those of you who consider yourselves Lego masters, well, get excited. Bricks and Minifigs, the one-stop shop to buy, sell, and trade all things Legos, is coming to Huntsville this year. The grand opening for this shop will be on November 19th at 10 a.m. and will be located in the Village Shopping Center in South Huntsville. Several U.S. airports had their websites hacked this week, and now a group of pro-Russian hackers is claiming responsibility. Fox News correspondent Eric Shawn has more.
A pro-Russian hacking group says it knocked several U.S. websites offline this week. On Tuesday, that group, Killnet, said it hacked the entire network infrastructure of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. While there has been no evidence the claim is true, officials say they are aware and monitoring the situation. Killnet also says it attacked the websites of more than a dozen U.S. airports on Monday, among them Chicago O'Hare, Los Angeles International Airport, and Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson. But airport officials say no flight operations were affected. Killnet has ramped up hacking in countries that oppose Russia's invasion of Ukraine. While the group supports the Kremlin, the Biden administration says its direct ties to Moscow are unknown.
We just don't really understand fully who's behind this, what the motivation was, certainly at what level, if any, Kremlin officials were aware. We just don't know. We're going to investigate this. We're going to try to get to the bottom of it.
Former U.S. Defense Intelligence Officer Rebecca Koffler says cyber warfare is part of Russia President Vladimir Putin's playbook. And it could increase, she says, in the months ahead, as Moscow suffers more setbacks on the battlefield.
He's going to target exactly what he's targeting right now, the civilian infrastructure, with cyber attacks, space warfare operations, underwater strikes.
Last week, Killnet claimed responsibility for denial of service attacks on government websites in several states. In New York, Eric Shawn, Fox News.
A UNA football player was honored after his performance on Saturday. Nick Kuzma will talk about this and much more later on in sports.
50 years ago, Bobby Crane started what would become Huntsville Tractor and Equipment.
50 years is a long time. Huntsville Tractor has always been a family business, respecting each other. Customers pick up on all of that. Kubota has been a great influence on this business.
And the Crane family keeps going as one of the country's top Kubota dealers. Mini excavators, compact track loaders, and more. Huntsville Tractor and Equipment.
Come on, let's go to work.
There are a lot of options when choosing an attorney. All you have to do is turn on the TV. At Wedemark Keith, we believe in doing things a little different. And our track record, well, it speaks for itself. At Wedemark Keith, it's more to us. It's personal.
The OG Fountain Coke, the velvety smooth iced coffee, the triumphant return of High C Orange Lava Burst. Whichever is your favorite, they're all delicious. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
There's no need to be jealous. Get the Mickey D's drink you want, like a small soft drink, sweet tea, or hot coffee for just $1, or a small iced coffee for $1.59, only at McDonald's.
With dentures from Aspen Dental, all they'll see is your confident smile. How do we do it? We provide exceptional care all in one place, and our denture experts craft natural-looking dentures right in our in-office labs, because we'll do anything to make sure your smile looks like your smile. Right now, get replacement dentures starting at just $2.99 per arch. We can even get started today. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your complimentary denture consultation now.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
If you're looking for a law firm with hometown values and big city experience, give us a call at Wedemark Keith. It's more to us. It's personal.
A hidden camera show where the joke is on us.
Impractical Jokers tonight at 11 on Fox 54.
Now, your Weather Rate certified most accurate forecast. Fox 54 weather.
It was a beautiful Tuesday afternoon across North Alabama, southern and middle Tennessee, and it remains a beautiful Tuesday evening. Radar looks nice and quiet, but I do think a couple of isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible late tonight and then early into tomorrow morning. Most of us are probably going to end up staying dry, but a couple of isolated showers certainly can't be ruled out. We'll maintain that chance for some isolated showers through the middle and later part of the morning, and then as we head into the early part of your Wednesday afternoon. A good chunk of Wednesday, definitely not going to be a wash. Many of us are going to spend a significant amount of time dry, but don't be surprised if you run into a little bit of rain at any given time tomorrow afternoon. The best chance is going to come during the evening and then through the early part of the overnight, and then when we're talking about that best chance for a little more in the way of widespread activity, some of those storms could be severe. We're going to place a focus on that threat for some gusty winds and some very heavy rain. All of this is associated with a cold front that by Wednesday morning well off to our northwest, north of Arkansas at that point, really doesn't look all that impressive of a cold front. There's not a whole lot of activity out ahead of that cold front, but as this front begins to drop to the south, we're going to see some increased development. That increased development is eventually going to move through the Tennessee Valley. Before we get to all of that, though, I think you're just going to notice a marked increase in the amount of clouds across the area. Again, a couple of isolated showers, even at the lunch hour, but our big focus, at least for the first part of the day, is going to be the increase in cloud cover. Isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms remain possible through the early evening, but again, the vast majority of us are dry. Things begin to change, however, through the middle and later part of the evening when a robust line of showers and thunderstorms begins to move into northwest Alabama. Within this line of showers and thunderstorms, we could be talking about some very heavy rain, some very gusty winds, and if dynamics are in such a place, we could see a little bit of small hail. If we see any hail, that's going to be rather isolated in nature. Through the earliest hours of Thursday morning, the main line is now across northeast Alabama, Jackson, DeKalb, down into Marshall counties, and then we're just talking about widespread rain elsewhere across North Alabama, southern and middle Tennessee. The cold front moves through and we're going to instantly dry out. As a matter of fact, it looks like many of us are probably going to be dry by the time we get to the Thursday morning commute. When it's all said and done, many of us looking at somewhere between a half an inch to an inch of rain. Locally, we could be talking about pockets of an inch and a half. Highest rainfall totals definitely going to be realized up across southern and middle Tennessee and then locations east of the I-65 corridor. It looks like much less rain is forecast back across northwest Alabama. Here's what I got for you tonight. A warm night. Temperatures only dropping into the upper 50s and lower 60s. Got a low right around 60. Again, an isolated shower certainly can't be ruled out. Send the kids with an umbrella tomorrow morning. I think they'll appreciate it, even if they don't need it. 60 at 7, 64 by 8, 67 degrees by the time we get to 9 o'clock. Temperatures still able to climb into the upper 70s and lower 80s. I still think we're going to see a little bit of sunshine tomorrow, but you are going to notice an abundance of cloud cover. 77 on Thursday, 75 on Friday. Look at that, the lower 80s as we head into Saturday. That's kind of nice. 75 on Sunday, back into the 60s Monday and Tuesday. Look at that, a week from today, I've got a high of just 60 degrees. That's all I got for you this evening. Here's what's coming up in sports.
UNA will host Jacksonville State in a conference football game at Toyota Field this weekend. We'll talk all about it after the break. See you soon.
Attention, a 10 is speaking. These 3 new Crystal Side Chicks are thicker, juicier, and crispier than ever. Keep your main thing if you want. We just want to be your side chick.
The elephant, powerful, relentless, a beast with brains. When the earth starts to tremble and the distant rumble grows, get ready. The Crimson Tide is coming. This tradition is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, where you'll find F-150, the best-selling full-size pickup in Alabama. Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2022 Ford F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
What's it like having Xfinity Internet with supersonic Wi-Fi? It's fast!
with 3 times the bandwidth and the power to connect hundreds of devices at once.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig-speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box, all for just $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile. Switch today.
Norman Furniture is celebrating Columbus Day with savings store-wide. Save up to 50% off retail on stylish sofas, laceable recliners, beautiful bedroom and dining room suites. Norman Furniture's Columbus Day sale.
Norman Furniture in Astoria, downtown Fayetteville.
The only side chicks I've seen that look better than me are these right here. Introducing 3 new, thicker, juicier side chicks.
Safe havens for drug addicts to use.
This is a drug fest right here.
Is that not enabling?
Of course it is.
All new Dr. Phil.
Tomorrow at 4 on Fox 54.
Fox Wednesday is all new. First in outrageous elimination.
Are you kidding?
No way! Could split the panel.
She can't sing. Oh, he said it.
Someone's got to do it.
Then, Timber! It's the Lego Masters Treehouse of Terror.
I can't do this anymore.
Wednesday starting at 7 on Fox 54. Watch Fox 54 Sports Extra Sunday at 10, only on Fox 54. Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Good evening, I'm Nick Kuzma. For the first time in Toyota Field history, the home of the Rocket City Trash Pandas will host a football game, and today we got the first glimpse at that field.
It was one of the things that we did envision when Toyota Field was being talked about. It was not only to house a minor league baseball team, the Trash Pandas, but also to have multiple events that families and the community could enjoy. And I don't think there's going to be a bigger event than we have Saturday night.
UNA will host Jacksonville State in an ASUN conference game at Toyota Field in Madison. This was a moment months in the making, with the initial game announcement coming in April, and then the football field was physically made over the last few weeks.
We took the mound out as soon as the playoffs were over, and we started scraping the infield back and got the sod here and got it laid. It took a little longer than we thought, but we're doing this all for the first time. We put these goalposts in, and once you start digging, then you find drainage pipes and you find different things. So that's kind of how this all came into place, and just kind of mixed and matched a little bit and made it all work together.
In terms of the action itself, for the most part, it'll be just like any other football game, except for one thing. The game will be played in one direction, with the offense always coming towards the fans in the first base side grandstand.
And it will look like a normal football game to those on television, but for those coming out, it will truly be a once-in-a-lifetime modern-day Division I college football experience.
The parking lot's open at 11 a.m. and tailgating is allowed. Then the gates open at 3 in the afternoon with kickoff between the Lions and Gamecocks at 6.
This is a first step in probably multiple events like this. You first have to have the gumption to say, yes, we'll do it. Then you have to work together with your team to make it happen. And we echo what everybody says. Please get here as early as you can. Enjoy the festivities from start to finish. That's what big-time college football is about. And we will work diligently in the city of Madison to help get you in, help get you out safely, and make sure that you enjoy your time while you're here.
For more game day information, including parking and bag policies, head to fox54.com and search Know Before You Go. Well, in terms of the football game itself, UNA is 1-4 to start the season. Jacksonville State is 5-1. Kickoff once again is set for 6. And one last thing on the Lions, Kyrie Kennebrew has been named the ASUN Conference Offensive Player of the Week. The redshirt junior receiver caught 4 passes for 162 yards and 3 touchdowns in UNA's overtime loss to Kennesaw State. This is the second Conference Player of the Week award for Kennebrew since arriving in Florence in 2018. All right, time for a quick timeout. When we return, we will talk about a former Trash Panda winning an award, and we will have Brave highlights from Game 1 of the NLDS. Keep it locked.
Visited by the ghost of past credit.
No. How about we skip that and I just go to the credit clinic at University Kia?
The Credit Clinic is back today and tomorrow at University Kia. If you bring home $350 per week, the Credit Clinic wants to approve you for a new Kia today. New 2022 Kia K5s are just $199 per month. And don't prejudge your credit. If you bring home $350 per week, the Credit Clinic wants to approve you. Only at University Kia.
When our dreams of opening a new restaurant were just hanging on by a thread, Michael at Avadian, he didn't let us give up.
He was so creative, and he believed in us.
And he helped us make it happen.
That's Avadian.
They make you feel special.
I can't hold on.
You're so close. Grab my hand.
Breathe. I'm losing my grip. Don't let go. You have to go on without me. Goodbye. No.
If only there had been someone we could have called for help.
Yeah, nice. I get it. I'll call and get the driveway fixed.
From concrete lifting to basin waterproofing to foundation repair, we'll remove all the drama of keeping your home healthy. AFS. Call today for a free inspection.
When you really need TV, count on Dish's 99% signal reliability any time of year.
Should we do the cake?
Is it sugar-free?
99% signal reliability any time of year with Dish. Tuned into you.
Get in the game with Zaxby's all-new loyalty program, Zax Rewards. Eat, earn, rack up the points. The more you do, the more rewards to choose from. Sign up for Zax Rewards and score a free Big Zax snack meal. Zaxby's. Download the app and get your game on.
Avadian's 15-month Jumbo CD special pays 2.85% APY, while our regular CD special for 15 months pays 2.3% APY. To learn more, visit a branch or avadiancu.com today.
Now back to Fox 54 Sports, sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Welcome back. A trash panda has been honored for what he did to wrap up the season, as Rocket City catcher Logan O'Hoppe has been named the Southern League Player of the Month for September. He was the fourth panda to take home the award this season, and in September he led the league in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and OPS. He also hit 4 home runs in the month and made his major league debut with the Angels after the Pandas season ended in the division series. Okay, time for the playoffs. NLDS Game 1 between the Braves and the Phillies. First inning, 2-on, no score. Nick Castellanos bloops a single the other way. JT Realmuto scores. Phillies lead 2-0 at the end of that first inning. Next inning, though, Travis d'Arnaud comes up and crushes a solo home run off Ranger Suarez. It's his 8th career postseason homer. Braves cut the lead to 2-1, but the Phils hit Fried around. He gets pulled with the bases loaded, and Castellanos grows the lead. 2-run score on that hit. Both runs charged to Fried. Phils lead 6-1 at one point. It was 7-1, but fast forward to the 9th, Braves trail 7-3, and we got ourselves a ball game. Matt Olson brings Atlanta back within 1, a 3-run homer for the first baseman. It's 7-6, and the Phils are sweating, but next batter looks like the tying run will get on base, but Castellanos makes the excellent sliding catch. He really did it all for Philadelphia today, and the Phillies will end up getting the next batter out. So the Phils take Game 1 by the final score of 7-6. They take a 1-0 series lead in this best-of-5 series, a borderline must-win game tomorrow in Atlanta. First pitch at 3:35 Central. And a real quick look at let's do a trip around baseball, as in today's other NLDS game at last check, the Dodgers lead the Padres 4-0. And then in the American League, in their first ALDS game since 2001, the Seattle Mariners fall 8-7 to the Houston Astros, and the Yankees beat the Guardians 4-1. Can you imagine not making the playoffs for 20 years?
Oh.
It's a long time for the Mariners.
That's a very long time.
I know. It was 2001 was the last time they made it, so it was a big deal for the people in Seattle, but...
Well, I'll say this, the Miami Marlins, they're getting close to that 20-year mark, at least making it to the championship.
Yeah,
right?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
03 since they last were in the World Series. So
yeah,
it's been a while.
All right. Thank you, Nick. Let's see what's coming up. A boat discovered in the depths of one lake. A look behind its mystery just ahead.
At your Community Health Mart pharmacy, we know you want to get the most out of every dollar.
That's why we offer great value with a wide range of services and products at prices that compete with the big chains. We're an independent pharmacy, but we keep our costs down, and we're able to pass the savings on to you, meaning more of your money stays where it belongs, in your pocket. To find your community Health Mart pharmacy, visit healthmart.com/Huntsville. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
The fact is, we use the internet for almost everything we do. Smart Cage, Feed Beaker. So when the internet doesn't work the way it should, you don't work the way you should.
Kevin!
That's why more homes and businesses rely on Mediacom. Our fiber-powered network delivers 99.99% reliability. And with 650,000 miles of fiber, we have more paths of connection and more ways to avoid outages. Not all internet is created equal. We build ours for you to rely on.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to gear up for changing conditions on and off-road. Get great deals on our most capable lineup of Ford SUVs, including Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport, both rated 2022 IIHS top safety picks, and both designed to give you greater confidence. Hurry, Ford SUV season will end soon. Get 3.9% APR financing for 72 months on the 2022 Ford Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Are you looking to sell your house fast? If so, Red Key Properties is Huntsville's premier real estate solutions company. Our goal is to help homeowners resolve difficult situations and improve our communities. We buy houses in any condition at all price ranges. We will pay cash and close on your timeline. We will buy your house as is, so you're not responsible for any of the repairs.
No fees, upfront costs, commissions, or hidden charges. Red Key Properties is ready to make you a cash offer.
We buy houses!
Give us a call today, 256-414-2333.
Fox 54 News is sponsored by Hardee's.
Well, get this, a ghost boat was discovered on the bottom of Shasta Lake in Redding, California. The U.S. Forest Service Shasta Trinity Unit said last year a rusted-out Higgins boat from World War II appeared in the lake due to severely low water levels. The boat was marked 3117 on its side, confirming it was assigned to attack transport USS Monrovia, which was General George Patton's headquarters during the invasion of Sicily. A little historic tie there. The reason for the ghost boat sinking remains a mystery, but the boat will be going on display at a museum in Nebraska in the near future.
I would like to know why they chose Nebraska.
Yeah, that's where I'm kind of
seems like something that should end up in the Smithsonian or something.
Mhm.
Rather cool historical things for those of you into history. Do you guys like history? Are you into studying up on such things?
Absolutely. I was a European history minor in college.
I almost minored in
Really?
history. I did. You?
Yeah, that's actually one of the major reasons why I decided to go into journalism, y'all.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool. Huh. Well, look at us. We're all historians. One last look at the next 7 days. Showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible, especially Wednesday evening into the overnight. Some of that activity could pack a bit of a punch. Some heavy rain, gusty winds going to be the primary threats. Maybe a little bit of small hail. Otherwise, not a bad 7-day forecast.
All right, thanks for watching Fox 54 News at 9, and catch us tomorrow at 9.
Join Planet Fitness today and get more epic energy and better sleep with tons of equipment in our clean and spacious clubs. Join for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
Nothing matches the durability and efficiency of metal roofs and buildings, and you'll save when you buy yours direct from Reed's Metals. Reed's leads the marketplace in metal roofs, pole barns, and pre-engineered metal buildings customized to meet your needs, backed by a 45-year paint warranty. Order today, pick up today, or job site delivery in 72 hours or less on most in-stock items, and get the state-of-the-art quality and service Reed's has provided for over 20 years. Visit us online or come see us in Florence. We have what you need at Reed's.
Life is full of ifs. If you see the potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, or if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro, safeguard against surprises, and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
The OG Fountain Coke, the velvety smooth iced coffee, the triumphant return of High C Orange Lava Burst.
Whichever is your favorite, they're all delicious. It's more than a drink.